sometimes it's the closest people around you who you count on to help you in your goals and dreams, or just look for that support. And it could be the closest of people who you even live with, your parents, your siblings, even your bestest of friends, whatever it is. And they may not just understand you or understand your situation or understand your headspace. And it's very, very important to understand this as soon as possible. If all bets are off, if you've got no one to help you, if you've got no one by your side, do it alone. Make it out. Be successful. If it means that you've got no one by your side, then it is what it is. And I know obviously networking is very important. It's good to know people who knows people. Connections help you to become successful. And this is a very basic generalization. If you know people, and if you've got a good network of friends or whatever, acquaintances, whatever you want to call it, it helps to reach wherever you want to reach, get the higher salary, or make it to the top of whatever you're trying to make it in, like being an athlete or whatever it is. And never ever doubt yourself. Like, for example, I do combat sports, and I leave my fate, my success in combat sports to God, to Allah. And a close one of mine today kept reiterating that it's just a hobby for me. But the truth is, I don't think of it as a hobby. If I do something, if I commit time and energy and money and all of these essential things, essential beings of a person, your time, your energy, your sweat, your blood, your tears, all of that into something, you're either all in or you're all out. And especially with combat sports, if you want to make it, you have to invest a lot of time. You have to dedicate a lot of your energy into it. And this is what I do. I dedicate a lot of energy and commitment and learning time into wrestling, for example. That is my base. That's my go-to combat sport. Obviously I've just started delving more into MMA. And whatever anyone else says, or you're not gonna make it, or if anyone ever says this, you're not gonna make it, or are you even good enough, or is it even worth it, or you're too young, you're too what? Forget it. The noise is noise, and there will always be noise, and you have to embed this into your brain. People are gonna talk whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad, and it could be even the closest of people. And this is the test. The world is not supposed to be easy for the man, especially. The world's not supposed to be easy for when you're making it to the top. And a lot of people have found an easy way out into success through different ways. It could be whatever, but at the end of the day, bro, you've got yourself, and you're waking up in your own body in the morning, and you're going to sleep in your own body. Instead of investing so much time into other people or learning too much about how other people do things, put that same focus into yourself and just live the life and embrace the struggle. Embrace the struggle. That is the slogan for this video. It's just something that I really wanted to get off my chest, because I like to share my thoughts with you guys and help people out. And this is very important for mastering your mind. And a lot of people fall into this this spiral of overthinking, and letting what other people say get into them, get through to them, and it affects their performance, it affects their mentality. Nobody cares. No one cares. No one cares if you didn't make it. They're gonna live their own lives. So you have to put all of that energy and focus into yourself, and forgetting what anyone else says. Because at the end of the day, how many stories have you heard of successful people, people doubting them, and no matter what, they still pushed through and they became successful? And then the same people who were doubting them, it could be anyone, it could be the closest of people, could be just regular outsiders. They come back saying, oh, I knew you'd always do well, or they just come back for a piece of the cake. If you guys truly understand what I'm trying to say, it would truly benefit you, because people are always going to talk. So this is going to always be a part of your life. You know, calamities, people talking about you, people, you know, maybe even discouraging you passively. You know, if you take, for example, in my case, if you take combat sports seriously, and now I'm not saying, obviously, I'm not saying like if you take combat sports seriously, you have to disregard your career, I don't know, like your career in, you know, making money or whatever it is. It could be whatever your skill, whatever you're best at in terms of your skill, which would make you money. And you know, if that be combat sports, or whether that be combat sports part-time, but then you're trying to work I don't know, just a regular job in the meantime to make money, and then, you know, if you get good enough in combat sports, you move into that. Whatever it is, whatever your situation is, if you're going to do anything, like combat sports especially, put a good amount of time into it, commit, you know, a lot of energy into it, because that's what it takes to be successful in combat sports. And worrying about whether you make it or not, listen, whether you worry about making it in any industry or not, or whether you worry about being the best in the world in what you do or not, or whether you worry about whatever it is, the same thing applies to all of them. You still have to give your 100% every single training session. You still have to give 100% in every single time you perform the task. So if you're gonna have to perform at 100% every single time, you know, always give it everything, and, you know, try your best, and then you let all of these factors affect you, which is gonna affect your performance, you're taking away from yourself. The same outcome always applies. Whatever the fate is, whatever your outcome is, whether you make it or not, that all, you leave that to God. You know, you leave that to the one who is in control of everything, all the matters in this world. And all you have to do, your only job, you make it as simple as possible. Guys, listen, you have to make it as simple as possible for yourself, because your brain should not be processing, you know, all these thoughts so much to the point that you start burning yourself out mentally. You should only focus on one thing, doing everything that you can within your power. And that is show up to the training sessions, give it your 100% best, and then leave the rest. As you improve every single day, naturally, by God's, you know, by God's will, and whether that means you end up becoming professional or an amateur, or, you know, you start competing, you know, in the high levels, as you know, you're progressing, that is a result of God giving you the ability to work hard. Now, if you're going to start thinking, yeah, but this person said that it's only, you know, I should only treat it as a hobby, or this person said that I should not, you know, regard it as important, these are going to only take away from you. And at the same time, you should not even put much importance into people's praise either. You know, you should keep it at a medium. You should keep people's praise and people's criticism of you at a medium. You treat it the same. You don't think about it. You just don't. Forget people's praise towards you, because it could be the same outcome. You listen to people's praise about you, saying that you're the best and you're going to make it, destined to make it. Now you're putting pressure on yourself subconsciously. To a lot of people who may succumb to that pressure, you're now going to only affect yourself by, you know, thinking about what people, you know, all the praise that people have given you, saying that you are going to make it now. Like, you have to make it. You have to be successful in this. Now you're putting a different kind of pressure on yourself. And then once you fail, or once you, you know, lose a sparring match, you're going to start doubting yourself. You're going to be like, yeah, but I let all these people down. The only reason why you're causing disappointment upon yourself is because you're raising expectations upon yourself from people's praise. So forget what people have to say about you, good or bad. And I don't mean being in a rude way or about it. I just mean, like, you know, you could say thank you, you could acknowledge people's praise towards you, but keep it at a medium. You know, don't let your brain and yourself just get all thrilled up about people's praise and then be all sad and depressed about people's criticism. You know, people are going to talk regardless. A lot of people, they have not mastered the ability to control their tongue. So a lot of people are just going to gossip regardless. A lot of people are going to just talk about you, you know, because they've just got a mouth and they speak for the sake of speaking. So, you know, you have to do your job, and, you know, everything that you have within your control, give it 100%. And this doesn't even apply to combat sports. It applies to everything. Combat sports, you know, your job, your family, anything, literally anything, gaming, your content creation journey, everything. You have to give it 100%, like 100%. You have to do that, because that's the only way. If your goal is to be successful in whatever you do, be the best, then you're going to have to give it 100% regardless. So now you want to make it as simple as possible and only focus on that and leave the rest to God, because the outcome of your work, the outcome of your, your hard training, that all is left to Allah. That is all left to God. You're not in control of that. When you have your boxing match and then it goes to right to the end of, all the rounds are finished, and now it's up to the judge to decide. Yeah, I mean, they are the judge, but really and truly God is judging. God is the decider of your victory or your loss. You take the victory with open hands, you take the loss with open hands as well. You embrace you embrace your defeat and victory, and this is a visual representation of life. Anytime you lose or anytime you win, don't fluctuate in your emotions, because that's what causes mental health issues, I believe. And in that case, in this sense, stoicism is very important. That's why you see a lot of boxers, such as, a lot of the Russian boxers seem to perfect stoicism really well. Beterbiev, even any combat athletes like Khabib, Islam Makhachev, Dmitry Bivol, all these Russian guys and all these people, they have seemed to perfect stoicism really well. And a lot of us living in the West, regardless of background, a lot of us living in the West should actually start implementing this part of stoicism, because it resonates with Islam, first of all, as a Muslim. And most religions promote good stuff, I believe, in a lot of cases. As a Muslim, I know that for us to control our emotions is the real test of strength. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said this. He said, the strong one is not the one who can out wrestle another man, but the one who can control his tongue when he's angry. So yeah, you can apply that to anger. You can even apply that to happiness. When you're happy and people start jumping around, I'm not saying don't have fun, have your fun, but deep down when your fun is now going to start affecting you, when later on down the line, in a few days, when you start getting upset again and you wonder why your emotions are going up and down. So yeah, I hope that provides some insight into what the message is. And this is that don't listen to what people have to say. It's such an old school message, or such a universal message, but I feel like a lot of people still need to hear it. And this is what I promote. I promote, strength in many ways, your mental and your physical strength. So this is very important to remember, guys. Make sure, obviously, if you like this video, to like it, subscribe, comment down below any of your thoughts, whether you agree or whether you disagree, what you've got to say about this video. And guys, listen, I've recently launched my fitness coaching website. If you guys need any help with your transformation, you want to transform this year, DM me. Contact me and I will contact you back, and let's get you started this year. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.